And those of you who are just tuning in, as our live stream is now up,
6-3-2.
we are bringing you this stream of the Women's Senior Pro Doubles bronze medal match. Yvonne Ting and Stephanie Lane against Christine Barksdale and Bonnie Williams. And that's Barksdale and Williams in the far court. And they built themselves an early 7-3 lead here, 7-3-2. As Williams controls the serve. And a timeout is going to be taken as Ting and Lane try to quiet this momentum. And you mentioned it, Melissa, that these ladies are not really any stranger to being out here and vying for medals and playing on center court.
No, definitely not. They are all U.S. Open champions, also national champions in multiple other events as well. They've all been playing quite some time, and they've had a very long day here today. They started at 8 o'clock this morning. They are on the consolation side of the bracket, which means they've been having to fight their way into the bronze medal match that we're watching here this afternoon.
Bonnie Williams there on your right, Christine Barksdale on your left. Dave Benz alongside Melissa McCurley and Mark Renison. Happy to be bringing you this coverage as we wrap up our second day of coverage on this fifth day of the tournament here in Naples, Florida. We will be on with a live stream again from 2 to 6 Eastern time on Friday, and then on Saturday it will be live to tape for CBS Sports Network, and it will air nationally on May 24th at 7 p.m. Not sure what the second stoppage is here for.
Well, while we're doing that, just to talk about the long day, I was just looking at the number of matches that have been played. This is match number 8 for Ting and Lane for the day. And this is...
Looks like we've got a medical timeout happening here. Looks like there might be a nosebleed.
And this is...
Bonnie Williams getting tended to. We are going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back to Naples in a moment. Back here in Naples, Florida, and some good news. Bonnie Williams has made her way back to her feet, and we look like we are close to resuming action here in this bronze medal match. And Bonnie Williams was suffering, as you alluded to, Mark, from a bloody nose, and they were just waiting for it to subside. And it looks like they are finally ready to get back into action here, as it's 7-3-2 in favor of Williams and Barksdale. I want to thank those of you who are watching us on this live stream, as we've seen Lorna checking in from Texas, Mark Friedman also in Texas, DeWitt, Michigan, Joan Wood. We appreciate you all making us a part of your evening or your afternoon, as it is still only just a little bit after 3 p.m. out on the West Coast. And we've had so many people watching internationally. We had somebody from Finland earlier saying it was after midnight and they were watching our stream.
Yeah, Finland is definitely a big supporter of pickleball. I just saw the Scotland, UK check in with us as well. Mexico. I mean, we've got international viewers for sure.
And we have action resuming as we are set to get back underway here in game 1 of this best of 3. And Williams will have the serve.
Interesting to see whether this delay has any impact on any of the players. One of the things that's tough to do is you've sort of revved yourself up. You've got psychologically ready to go and to compete, and all of a sudden you take this long break in between.
Well, and even more on top of that, Mark, I mean, the start to this match was delayed a bit because of the technical issues that we were having on the live stream. So we asked them to hold off to start. So it's really been a herky-jerky beginning of this bronze medal match.
That's right. And for viewers who were watching earlier, one of the things we left talking about was the prevalence of the lob, how they're being used. And so far we've seen, I'd say, 2, maybe 3 that have been hit that successfully went over the players, and almost twice the number that have not, and ended up turning into a point for the team that got to hit the smash. So we're looking forward to seeing how players adjust here, what they do, and the kinds of decisions they make about when and how to lob.
4-8-1 now. Lane continues her service. Stephanie Lane, sponsored by Paddle Tech. In fact, she was the first player ever to be sponsored by Paddle Tech.
Yeah, and she's been a great representative for them. Stephanie Lane is, she goes all over the United States. I think she competes in a tournament almost every weekend.
Yeah, she says she's either playing or working a tournament in some capacity.
Yeah, and she still works, you know, during the week as well. So it's nothing for her to fly on a Friday night and a Sunday night, you know, fly after work and fly Sunday night to be back at work on Monday.
Little flurry here now is a couple consecutive points for Ting and Lane.
5-8.
Yeah, Lane talked about the sponsorship with Paddle Tech, and she actually reached out to Paddle Tech when she first started playing and said, do you have a paddle that's a little bit lighter? And she was told, well, we don't, but give us a month. Let's see what we can come up with. And they designed a paddle for her, and then she got on board as their first ever player to be sponsored.
We just saw a really nice cross-court dink from Ting. Got Bonnie Williams moving. Let's see if she uses that again.
Yeah, Barksdale puts that one away.
We have viewers who have been wondering where they could find a lob clinic. They should get one here this afternoon, Mark.
Yeah, we saw another great one a minute ago from Barksdale.
We have some folks watching that are cheering Christine and Bonnie on from Arizona. We also have Joy from Annapolis, Maryland, who's joined us. Be sure to like and share on Facebook so your friends can see us as well.
That lob by Williams, a little bit too short, and it was set up perfectly for Ting, who hammers it down and able to create the side out. So Barksdale now with the serve.
Yeah, that was a nice get by Yvonne, and she had to go out and get it for her backhand, and of course, you know, gives her an advantage being a lefty coming back across, and she was ready for it through the middle.
6-9-1.
6-9-1.
Ting looks so comfortable hitting those backhand third shot drops. So relaxed up there. There's another lob. Well done by Barksdale. Goes off the tip of Lane's paddle. Give
Yeah,
Barksdale.
Christine's got a pretty good lob as well. I mean, Stephanie is known as the lob queen and probably the most successful at the lob. But Christine showing that she's just as successful.
So 9-6-1 as Williams and Barksdale get back to serve.
9-6-1.
I'm a little surprised that that Ting and Lane haven't been going more at Williams after that medical timeout.
10-6-1.
I mean, it's often a good idea, but this sets up game point here.
Second serve.
Oh, there you go.
Barksdale will toss it back over to Williams as it goes now to 10-6-2.
Side out.
And they're able to break and get the serve back. So they still have a chance here to come back in this first game.
I feel like Lane just told Ting, look, this is working. Let's keep doing this. Let's work her a little bit. Barksdale's coming across to try to help out her partner, support her. Quite aggressive from Barksdale. And it paid off.
That's what you're saying. Right on cue, Mark.
Almost like we know what we're doing in here, Melissa.
6-10-2. They need to get a couple of points, you would think, at least. And instead, it's going to head back over to the other side of the net with a chance to close out this game.
Yeah,
That's just a tough shot by Christine. I mean, she's right there in the middle. She's got just topspin going, and it's going in the downward direction. That's just a tough shot.
yeah, Barksdale's very good at that. Not too aggressive from Williams. This sometimes will happen when players are struggling for one reason or another. It could just they've missed a few shots in a row. It could be a medical issue. So I really like seeing what Barksdale's doing. to help out a partner, and that sets up another game point.
Jeffrey Simon is asking what happened to the 19+50 gold medal match.
How about Yvonne Ting right there?
What'd she do?
What did she do?
Put away, put away
I
a
was
lob.
looking at the Facebook
got lob.
feed.
Got lob. Put away a smash.
I'm sorry. So I was
That's
looking
okay.
at the Facebook feed.
I've been caught by that today too. It's
I
all
know.
good.
So folks need to understand we're doing this on Facebook Live. We get comments that are coming in.
We're
right?
trying
so
to
watch
multitask.
those,
Yes.
and I did a bad job there.
No,
I'm sorry.
it was all good.
7-10-1.
Hey, moments of levity are what it's all about, right?
That's right. I'll answer that question in a minute.
There we go. That's a. Now,
So
Lane
just-
didn't need to jump the corner there. That was a ground stroke, but great shot from her.
So just real quick, what happened was the schedule did get behind today, and so we had to show another 5-0 1949 match earlier with Annalie Waters, Stacey Townsend, Julie Manuel, and Beth Merchant. It was a fantastic match. You can go back and check that out.
And Annalie Waters went ahead along with Stacey Townsend to win the gold.
Yes, she did. So we saw their semifinal match instead of the gold medal match, but you're absolutely right. They went on to win gold.
Nice put away there by Williams, so that'll move it to 8-10-2. Wait for the ball to get retrieved. They are playing with the Durafast 40, the official ball of the U.S. Open Championships.
There's that great cross-court backhand drop from Ting. I love watching her hit that.
Yeah, she's so smooth with it.
So relaxed, a little bit of backspin. But that error there means another game point with Williams serving.
Yeah, and credit Ting and Lane, they've broken 3 straight game point opportunities. But they will not break a fourth as Williams puts it away, and game 1 goes in favor of Williams and Barksdale. 11-8, game 2 coming your way after this brief timeout here in Naples. Back here in beautiful Naples, Florida, the Women's Senior Pro Doubles Bronze Medal match, wrapping up day 2 of our coverage on day 5 of this tournament here in Naples, Florida. Ting and Lane beginning game 2 with the serve. And Ting hits that one wide, so the serve will change sides. Williams and Barksdale trying to end this thing in consecutive games. And that backhand won't clear the net.
0-0-2.
Barksdale, who says she doesn't have any superstitions, but she does have lucky outfits. And that's a lucky bounce right there off the net, and it lands inbounds to give Williams Barksdale their first lead here in game 2.
1-0-2.
Another superstition Barksdale does have is she doesn't like to see the draw ahead of time. She just likes to get to her match and play whoever she's playing. She says that's well known on the circuit and that people are respectful of that, don't discuss the draw in front of her.
She calls them superstitions. Is that what she calls them?
Yeah, she says she's not superstitious, but then she does have these these little idiosyncrasies.
I call those issues. She's got issues. Barksdale, you got issues. She warned me ahead of the broadcast I better be nice, so I had to give her a little something.
There you go. So 0-1-2 now after Williams put that away.
0-1-2.
Bonnie Williams looking like there's no real effect. She looks a little slow out there, like a little almost confused as to where she was. And I know after the end of that last game, she wasn't even sure it was over. So it seems like that medical timeout still having some effects on her. But performance-wise, she's doing a pretty good job out there, finishing points when she gets those high balls.
That's going to be long.
Bit of a decision-making error there. That ball wasn't quite high enough to really hit down. And Barksdale not able to hold back a little bit. That ball goes sailing out. 1-0-2.
Yeah.
That one was well placed.
Yeah, a winner, a winning lob. Great, well done. Good disguise, and we talked earlier about Barksdale's unique forehand technique, allowing to disguise both the direction that she hits the ball and also whether she's going to play that ball with a little bit of height.
Ting just barely unable to get it over the net, caught the very top, and an unfortunate bounce.
3-0-2.
And it's an early 3-0 hole here for Ting and Lane. Already down a game. Looking to salvage a medal here at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, so for folks that aren't familiar, this is a bronze medal match. It's a double elimination with consolation format. So if you win this, you don't go on to play for gold and silver. You lose here, you go home empty-handed. You win, you get the bronze.
Nicole Lawson-Hobson chiming in on the stream, saying that she's listening as she's driving in her car right now. Don't get tempted to look down at the screen.
I know.
Keep those eyes on the road.
Nicole's also a friend of mine. You can't drive anyway, lady.
Ouch.
0-4-1.
Even when you're not on the phone. No, I'm just kidding.
Melissa McCurley is unfiltered right now. Nice job by Barksdale to go back and get that, and then Williams got handcuffed.
So I really think it's important when you get beat by the lob and you're chasing, watch how Barksdale goes back. Williams has to drop back here because that ball is likely going to be something that can be attacked. And so I think as a general rule for players watching, when you get beat by a lob or your partner does, go back with them so that if that ball does get sent back high, you've got a chance to defend. And if it does happen to be a great drop, which is what Barksdale was going for there, then you can move forward and sort of reestablish yourself near the net.
2-4-1 after that point finished off by Ting. Oh, Williams trying to go for it, instead hits it into the net. So this thing tightening up now. 3 straight points by Ting and Lane.
3-4-1.
And that will end the run, but the serve will still stay on the far side of the net as Lane will take over now.
3-4-2.
I like it. Ting looking to be aggressive there, sort of lunging forward at that ball, almost like a badminton player would, or even a fencer. That lunge to try to get the ball before it drops too low. Oh, good defense from Barksdale. Williams not able to convert with the opportunity, though.
And they've drawn even, and I don't know, that truck that's backing up is backing up seemingly in perpetuity. It's nonstop.
Is it the lobster truck?
I don't know.
Bringing us some lobsters? No.
Maybe they're backing in a new internet system for us.
We would certainly love that about now.
4-4-1.
4-4-1. Again, you see the stacking happening from Williams and Barksdale, trying to set up Bonnie on the left side of the court, the odd side.
Bonnie's shot is wide, so it goes to 4-4-2 now.
I see Bonnie has taken her tinted lenses and put them on top of her hat, so perhaps they're not helping her much out here. Christine still has hers on.
It's a nice poach by Barksdale. She gets rewarded, I think.
Ting stays with
She's
a couple
staying
of
on
them.
it.
Just keep lobbing.
Yeah, Christine's on the roll. She's just going to stay
And
away.
the fifth time is the charm for Barksdale.
With some authority, Christine.
There we go. Lob, lob, lob off the defense. And these are great defenders here. Be nice to see a drop because you know that a player of Barksdale's caliber eventually is going to create the angle and put that ball away.
Yeah, what I really like that I'm seeing from her is just how aggressive she's being.
Yeah,
right?
that was a good example right there.
Exactly.
Barksdale unable to get to that one before it bounced twice. So 4-5-1 now in a game that is tightened up.
Christopher Brill, thank you.
Nice job
It's
by
been a good week. Wishing you were here as well.
nice job by Ting looking to accelerate through that ball. Finds the seam between Williams and Barksdale. 5-5-1.
Mary, I would love to get to Maine for lobster. That's where the best lobster in the world is.
Ting going to the lob. Barksdale off the net.
Oh, yeah. So I wish we knew how many lobs had been successful at this point.
Well, unfortunately, Chad had to take off. He had a meeting he had to be at work because we're running so late today, so we've lost our statistician.
I'm guessing under 40%.
Under 40, you're guessing? I wish we
If we define, I mean, depends a little bit how you define successful. To me, a lob that is successful is one that your opponents can't hit back as an offensive shot. And so I think right now, all four of these women are such good movers out there, are so good at putting away high balls.
They'll let serve, so they will reserve.
That I think we're looking at below 50% for sure. There's another one.
And that one
There we
just
go,
does
perfectly
land
played.
in bounds.
Williams improving the percentage right there. Nicely done. Right in the corner.
And that puts them back on top, 6-5. Another look at it.
Well disguised, well placed. Lands right in that back corner. 6-5-1.
When would you use a lob, Mark? Oh, there she is, being aggressive again. I like it.
I'd use it when I was in a position that I believed that my opponents wouldn't be able to hit that ball out of the air. Depends a little bit who you're playing, how quick they are, how tall they are. Those would be factors. How tired or rested you think that they might be. My preference would actually be to play these lobs cross-court because on the diagonal, when you hit it diagonally, you have a longer distance to work with, more territory. And so you give yourself a little more room to get that ball up and over without being hit. A lob is a good option when, for some reason, you think that your opponents are leaning forward more than they would like to. So perhaps there's been a very short dink in the court. They come into the kitchen to get it. They play that ball, and then you can catch them with the lob. So there's a number of variables that you've got to play, but I guess another factor should be, and we see with these women who are all very good players in general, very good lobbers specifically, it's also sort of what your preference is. And I know all four of these women out there feel pretty confident when they hit those balls.
5-7-1 after Ting got that fortunate bounce on that side out. And Williams smashes that one down and out.
Yeah, that was well done by Bonnie. If you can get your the opponent that's across court from you, if you can get them down that line and retreating a bit down that line, you can put yourself in a really nice position to get offensive. And she just did it again, right?
Yeah.
Back to back, and you guys can see what Bonnie was doing to Yvonne on that backhand side down the line.
Yep, so I think right now I'd be smart for Williams and Barksdale to keep that pattern going and see how Ting and Lane can counteract it. You saw that Ting is now set up. They switched in such a way so that Williams and Ting wouldn't be head-to-head. They'd be cross-court, and so that might make life a little bit easier for Ting off those fastballs.
7-5-2.
But right now they're going to switch because they don't want that backhand in the middle either.
Well, now here comes the pattern.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm not really sure why Stephanie was attempting to go back to Bonnie there in that situation to let her that pattern be set up again.
8-5-2, 3 points away. So Ting and Lane decide to use a timeout. as Williams and Barksdale are 3 points away from the bronze. We'll take a break here in Naples. Still pretty good crowd on hand here as we close out day 5 of action in the 2019 Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. And 3 points away from handing out a bronze medal to Bonnie Williams and Christine Barksdale. Took game 1 11-8. And it is 8-5-2 with Bonnie Williams controlling the serve out at the timeout. Barksdale went back to that lob, and Ting with an impressive return.
Really enjoying watching Ting play those overhead smashes. She's mobile, she's quick, she can get good power with that lefty overhead smash. It's a real effective shot for her. She's got to find a way to get that ball lower, though.
Barksdale was happy with it.
Yeah, tough to do, though, when you're being kept back, you know, and it's really tough thing to do.
Yeah, not just kept back, but kept back with such pace, right? That was a hard hit ball from Barksdale. And, I mean, playing drops is difficult enough in the best of situations, right? But when you're under pressure, when you're under attack, not to mention serving down a game in 6-8, makes it extra tough to get that ball low enough and slow enough that it can't be attacked again. They're working that pattern. There it is. That's the ball that has to get. There he goes.
Williams went up to get it, and it proves fruitful as it will change the service side now. 8-6-1.
8-6-1.
Nice combination there, pulling Ting out wide, forcing her to play that backhand from near the sideline, opens up that seam in between her and her partner Stephanie Lane, and 9-6-1.
2 points away from this match being in the books. Ting says not so fast.
Yeah. Bonnie not happy with that decision, but this is the place on the court, and we talked about it already, where Yvonne is vulnerable, and this is where they should execute that vulnerability, attack that vulnerability.
Barksdale tracked down the lob. Oh, what
and look at that.
What a great job covering the court. Wow, Williams finished it off, but she pointed to Christine Barksdale and said, that was all you.
Yeah, that was an outstanding get by Christine. I mean, not easy one either. Not only did she have to stretch way out wide to get it, but then dropped it perfectly into the kitchen.
I hope she's got her step track run out there. That was, she doing some damage on that point. That was great.
Yeah, she got her step count in today, that's for sure. And that sets up match points, not before this timeout, however. And back here at the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, we have reached match points.
15 seconds.
And Christine Barksdale will look to finish it off 10-6-2.
10-6-2.
Lane and Ting would love to break this serve and get one last chance at tightening up this game in this match.
Oh, yeah,
and they will get their wish.
Yes, they will.
There we go. Live to fight another day. A nice point there.
6-10.
Bonnie Williams wishes she could have closed it out. Here we go. 6-10-1.
Oh.
Make it 7-10-1.
I'm looking for Barksdale to start to be more aggressive here.
Yeah,
to start
she's
to take more of the middle to support her partner.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been successful the entire match. It's been nice to see. You can see that was their plan all along, right?
8-10 one
Yeah,
as it's getting tight. And the last thing Williams and Barksdale want at this point is a game 3.
I think that's right, especially after that long medical timeout. Williams may be suffering a little bit, so we're going to see if Barksdale can help her and relieve some of the pressure.
Barksdale certainly trying.
Ting doing a good job defending it off. That's a
There's that cross-court dink.
yeah, excellent cross-court dink by Bonnie. What a great angle, plenty of spin. It was just a great shot.
Serve will stay on that side of the net, though, however, as it is 8-10-2.
It's a good deep return from Barksdale, making it hard for Ting to get position at the net. And a miscommunication there.
Yeah, it's twice. I'm wondering they need to work that out.
Trying to target Bonnie.
There's that same pattern again, that little roller cross court. That one got helped by the net, created this opening. It's going to be important that Ting can get that ball back more cross court and lower, so it gives her time to get back to cover that middle.
So here we go, another match point with it 10-8-1. Lane goes to the lob again. Williams to Ting. Then Barksdale goes to the lob, and Ting says, okay.
And then she goes down to her knees like, oh, gosh darn it. But she hasn't had some effective lobs today, so.
10-8-2 after that exchange.
Another match point here. Looking to see if Williams and Barksdale look to drive this third shot. Trying to. Nope.
They go to the lob. Ting was ready for it. And the serve will go back to Ting and Lane. So 8-10-1.
There's that seam again. Nicely done by Barksdale. That's that forehand we talked about, that little inside-out forehand coming from straight in front of her shins. Difficult to figure out, to read where that ball is going to go. 8-10-2, Stephanie Lane serving.
Hello to Terry Rashawn, who's watching on the Big Island in Hawaii. Perhaps one of the few places on the planet that might be more beautiful than Naples.
It is a beautiful place. We did the Hawaii Open there.
Bonnie Williams puts it away, and now the serve again will go back to Williams Barksdale.
Mark's squirming over here, Dave. These lobs are killing him.
Barksdale got handcuffed.
Yeah, nice effort to try to play that ball back. She's got the second hand on it to help with the stability, but it looks like just an off-center hit. Another match point here.
Yep. Ting and Lane have staved off 4 consecutive match point opportunities. Can they make it 5?
There's that cross-court dink. Well done.
And that will close out the bronze medal going to Williams and Barksdale. One more look at the match point.
She used that shot so well all throughout the match. Good effort from both teams out there, and congratulations to Williams and Barksdale.
It was a heck of a match, even though it ended in consecutive games. When we come back, we will award the medals and hear from the winners. Stay with us. Our live stream continues in a moment.
Hey, welcome everybody. I'm excited to be here with Commissioner Donna Fiala. Anybody still in the house? Big round of applause, because she was very instrumental in this whole thing coming to be.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And Donna's going to be awarding our bronze medalists. So another round of applause for Bonnie Williams and Christine Barksdale. Come on out, you guys. There you go.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
It was fun watching you two.
You're sweet.
You were good.
You're sweet. Thank you for everything you've done here. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you. And this is for you want me to try to put it on you?
Let's do it.
Okay.
So you got that
Oh,
easy
how
peasy.
you like that? I didn't even rip your hat off or anything.
No.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
And you also get another little check here.
Bonnie?
Christine.
Christine.
Yes.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Thank
You're
you very
welcome.
much.
Being out here.
Thank you for being here.
Ah, love it.
Loved it.
And once again, a round of applause for Commissioner Donna Fiala.
Yes.
And you guys, it's late in the day. It's been a long day. We had an issue here a little bit, to say the least. What kind of kept you going to pull through that?
Oh, it was just a slightly longer timeout.
There you go,
Yeah,
right?
just a little bloody nose here and there.
And at the end, you had that match point, and then another match point, another match point. What's going through your heads at the end of this second game?
Well, I didn't want it to get away from us, that's for sure. So really just, slow down, be patient, and wait for the right shot to show itself, really.
And what's it mean to be out here on this Zing Zang Championship court, winning gold at the U.S. Open?
Bronze.
Winning bronze. I keep
We'll
doing
take
that. Both of you have won multiple golds. Yeah, I'll send you one. But yeah, so what does it mean to be here again? You have a long history, Christine, in particular. I've been seeing you play for years. And did you imagine that it would be this?
This place is just super fun. I love the music, I love the energy, I love the people, and it's just a fun venue. It's super fun to be out here.
It is.
I loved being on the court with Bonnie, too. It's our first senior tournament. Don't remind me.
Well, congratulations on your medal. Dave, we're going to take it back. You guys remember there's a lot more coming, and we'll talk to you guys soon.